Hey guys, Mighty Gazelle here. As you guys know, I just uploaded my live reaction to the latest episode of Samurai Jack. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun to do, and I am doing it every week, so if you guys feel free to join me, it'll be a lot of fun. Especially comment down below. I love to see speculation amongst fans too. I like to know what everyone's thinking. So this is going to be my little more in-depth review, as I do every week, and as always, I'm going to go step by step throughout the episode as it happened, and give my thoughts. This was another fantastic episode. Put that on a loop because that's what happens every other week. They keep releasing fantastic episodes, and it truly is a treat to watch. So just everyone be thankful that we're watching such an amazing series go on. So it starts off with the epic return of the Scotsman. He rolls up in his wheelchair with his, like, I'm going to assume they're his daughters. And if that's the case, in the last 50 years, he's gotten seriously busy. Like, that, or I'm hoping some of them are at least, like, relatives and stuff like that. Anyway, he's got, like, 50 red-haired Scottish women with him. They're playing the bagpipes, and he's got these people in tanks on one side. He's got people on rhinos on the other. And he's just like, okay, everyone! Like, I will not even attempt to replicate the Scotsman here, because as people know, he is legendary for his insults and his voice and his loudness. I'm not going to even try. So I'm going to skip over that part. Hopefully you guys actually saw that, because I will not do it justice. I can't. But he, in his old age, I'm assuming he's like, heck, I'm about to die. I'm pretty old. Let's have one last hurrah, like try to take down Aku. And so they come in with all these tanks and they're firing at Aku, and Aku's like, these people are attacking me. Maybe I should just kind of wipe them out. Make me feel a little bit better, maybe. So he comes out, wipes out 100 tanks like it's nothing, just rolls over them in a giant ball form. And then everyone's like retreating, and the Scotsman goes like to hold him off so that his family can retreat. And the Scotsman proceeds to insult Aku, because he's fricking the Scotsman, and he's just spewing out insults at him. Like, Jack has become this icon amongst the world, and his surviving all these years is proof that you're crumbling. And then we get the tragic scene of the Scotsman dying. It made me really sad inside to watch that. Aku just blasts him with his laser eyes and vaporizes him. It was really sad. Okay, so I will say this though. I totally get why Genndy chose to do it this way. He introduced him as this old man, and he wanted the Scotsman in this series again. The fans wanted him in the series again, and it'd be much easier to have him involved in the story if he's like a younger version of himself as a ghost than to have him as a crotchety old man in a wheelchair. I totally get where they're coming from. So it was a perfectly fine decision in my book. It was just still super sad to see the Scotsman get vaporized before my eyes. But thankfully he's still in the show, although albeit in ghost form. So after that sad scene, we head to Jack and Ashi, who are still stuck on the island. And we get this really cool looking scene where Ashi is looking up at the moon, and it transforms into the leader, the cult woman's like face. And she's having this discussion. Ashi's battling her demons, kind of like Jack is, but although Ashi's are, to a lesser extent, she's not going crazy like Jack is. And she's having this debate with the woman and whatnot, and she's like, I don't believe you, and just turns to daytime. She looks around for Jack, and Jack, wasting no time in the morning, just jumps on a freaking water dragon and gets him off the island, because it's Jack. He's a badass. And so they get off on this, basically the mainland, and Jack's like, see ya, and just walks away. And I was kind of like stunned. I was like, wow, really? Like, you were trying to, I guess he has no ties to her, so it's not really that surprising, but it's like, wow, he just walked away. And he's not eating dinner, he's like by a campfire that night. And he should stop making campfires, because every time he makes a campfire, he hallucinates with the campfire. But that's what I would do anyway. So Ashi shows up, and she's like, I want you to tell me the truth. And he's like, I already told you the truth. And she's like, no, I want you to show me. And he says, like, no. And she throws a little tantrum, and because as we all know, she's kind of a little child, acts like it. And Jack he shows her all the various things that Aku has been doing evil, and then this really cool visual scene. We get this forest with all the trees decimated, except for one tree in the middle. It's just this beautiful tree, but everything around it's decimated. And Jack said that Aku leaves it as a reminder to everyone that he is capable of just wiping out everything. And like he left that one tree as a reminder of like, that's like, this is my power. Oh, and before that, Jack tells her the story of what his mom told him, how the universe came to be in the stars. And there's this really cute scene where there's two little archers are like firing the arrows into the sky and stuff like that. And I miss touches like that from the original series. It was nice to see that too. And after that, we get this funny scene where Jack puts on like this kind of outfit to sneak into town. And it's just, I'm not going to describe it. I wouldn't do it justice, but just watch the episode if you haven't already. And he's going into the town, and they leave, and they find this decimated town where these blue furry people live, and they free one from the rubble, a survivor, and he's like, help, they took our children, like, they're taken to this factory. So they go to the factory, Jack and Ashi, and a lot of things happen in the factory. So they go in, and they try to find the kids, and Ashi's now helping Jack, which is kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see that happen. And Jack just throws her up and says like, hey, go find the controls or whatever. I'm going to run away from these little kids, because the blue kids, they have like this chip put in them to make them like rabid warrior people. And they're chasing Jack down. And at the same time, Ashi tries to go find the guy who's controlling all these little minion things. And this really crazy scene, Ashi gets captured, and she's like being tortured by this guy. She's like being electrocuted as she's like stuck in these restraints. And it's during this time where she's like, okay, I've had enough of this shit, as she's getting shocked, and she's breaks free from her restraints and kicks this guy's ass, and then proceeds to disable the collars. It's a really cool, I skimmed over that scene, but that's a really cool visual scene. Like, everything about that scene is really cool and very intense. But the most interesting part of this episode, and the part that sucks that this is a cliffhanger, is freaking Jack, as he's fighting these little minions, and they all get shocked, and they like fall to the floor. He thinks they die, which is understood. I thought they died. And they all fall to the floor, and he's like, oh my god, like, oh, they're all dead. And our green, mysterious samurai friend shows up again, and he's like, it's time. And Jack is like, okay. And Jack walks out just with the samurai guy and just walk off to the distance. It was really weird, and Ashi shows up and like, where'd you go? Blah, 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 blah. And there's a few things I want to say about this. 95% of me believes that this horse represents death. That this is literally death knocking on the door for Jack, saying, it's past your time, it's time for you to die. And that would make a lot of sense. That's what a lot of the internet thinks. That's what everyone's been saying. That, or if it's like his past failures or something, whichever. But part of me doesn't, like, a little piece of me is like, that can't be it. That's got to be something else. And I say that because I don't really know why I say that. I just feel like it's something bigger than that. Because Jack, I don't think he's ready to die. So, if that's what he's giving into at the end, I don't really know. That's the part that I think a lot of people are going to be speculating about online. I haven't seen the promo for the next episode yet, so maybe that sheds some clues. Anyway, that's going to be the discussion that a lot of people have online. But yeah, overall, a great episode. I hope you guys have already seen it. If you haven't already, what are you doing with your life? Samurai Jack is back on television. Go check it out. I know a lot of you live in, like, Australia and other places where they don't air it. I'm sorry for you guys. Hopefully you appreciate my live reactions, because you guys can watch it that way. I found it. There's a few of you commented that it's nice to have it up. So hopefully you guys can view it that way. That's part of the reason I do this. I don't do these videos because I'm not a reaction channel, but I'm doing this series out of passion for the series, and I think I have a lot to share, and I think I like to be part of the community and like to hear you guys' thoughts. That's the main reason I do this. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. There's a lot to digest. I'm sure a lot of people will be talking about it online. So yeah, until next time, this has been Mighty Gazelle, and I hope you all have a mighty day. See you guys.